I'm Jonathan Gurwitz, Vice President of KHB Texas Communications, and welcome to The Point. Today we're visiting with David Robinson, 10-time NBA All-Star, Olympian, philanthropist, all-around great person. It's a real honor and a pleasure to have you with us.
I've been called many other names too, but thank you. Yeah, thank you. No, it's a blessing to be here.
Thank you, David. Well, I think some people may know about your commitment to education. You and Valerie started the Carver Academy in 2001, but I know you've done more with education since then.
Yeah, it's kind of expanded. When we started Carver Academy back in '01, it was more of a private school, and it was just trying to get a lot of kids on the east side of San Antonio who really were not matriculating to college at a high level, just try to get them the high level education at an early age. So we started this pre-K through second grade, and then grew it one grade each year until sixth grade. And our goal was to get them accelerated. Many of those kids had been behind 1 or 2 grade levels. So by the time they were getting out of our sixth grade, they were 2 and 3 grades ahead of grade level. And we were looking for ways to really expand that. And Idea Public Schools, which started down the Rio Grande Valley, became a partner for us. We helped them move here, and now we've grown to 26 schools here in the city.
That's great. And how many students at Carver Academy now?
Well, at the lower school we have about 500, and at the high school now we had our first graduating class last year, so about 600 kids at the high school.
Why your personal commitment to education? Why is it important to you?
Well, because my grandmother and my grandfather really raised my mom and dad in segregated cities. Yeah. So in Little Rock, Arkansas, and Columbia, South Carolina in the South. And they had to go to the black school, which didn't have the resources, didn't have the quality teachers. And my mom lived right in Columbia, which was downtown. That was downtown, capital of South Carolina. And they bussed her out of town into the rural school so that she could go to school. And so for me, it's critical to when I know that there's so many kids like my grandparents or my parents who didn't get the opportunity to get an education. I mean, that's our biggest resource in this country is our children. If we don't do something about that, if we sit here and we waste half of our kids because they live in the wrong zip code, I think that's a tragedy. So for me, that's where my passion is to see the kids who live on the wrong side of the highway get the opportunity to go to college and to excel.
So some people may know about that, your commitment to education. They may not know what else you've been doing since you retired from the NBA in 2003. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about Admiral Capital and Blueprint Local.
Yeah, from the business side, I wanted to do something that would really support, give ongoing support to the community efforts. Obviously, expensive to run schools and do other things. So we wanted to start a business that would basically tie into the community. We started Admiral Capital maybe 13 years ago or so. And Admiral Capital is a private equity firm, investment firm. Largely we've done 2 value add private equity funds. And so we buy hotels, office, multifamily, and we'll basically buy assets that are broken, that are not performing, and we'll fix them up and perform, and then we'll kind of move them on within 4 to 6 years. So we've been doing that now for about 12 years, and it's been very, very successful. And now we've gotten into more private equity stuff, so we've started to buy companies. So we bought, food and beverage companies, we bought sporting, like some sporting companies, Academy Sporting Goods, other companies, and have done very well on that front.
And now you're working with opportunity zones?
Yes. We've done an opportunity zone here in Austin, San Antonio, and now working on one in Baltimore, DC area.
I know, I've heard you talk about music. I know music's an important part of your life. You're an accomplished musician.
Yeah, that's a stretch, but yeah, I love music, yes.
Well, tell us what role music has played in your life.
Yeah, since I was a little kid. My father really got me started teaching me piano. His whole side of the family, all the people from Arkansas, all know how to play music. They're all great musicians. My grandfather played in the church. He sang in the church. My grandmother played the organ for 50 years in the church. And I mean, everyone on that side, they're just fantastic musicians. So it really spurred me to want to learn music. And my dad taught me how to read notes and play some Beethoven stuff when I was a little kid. And so it gave me a love for classical music. And now as I've grown, my music tastes are kind of eclectic. So I love all brands of music.
And how many instruments do you play?
What, you mean, well or not well? No, I mean, my favorite instrument is the flute. I love my flute. But I'm just really a year or two in with the flute. But piano is kind of the one I feel most comfortable on. And I've played bass guitar and saxophone and other things, but I'm not very good at any of those things. So I just, like I said, I enjoy the music. I'm an engineer more than I am an artist.
And you've taken on a responsibility to serve as the honorary chair of the Gurwitz International Piano Competition, which was named in honor of my mother. My family and I are really honored and grateful that you've taken that on.
Thank you.
Tell us about the competition.
Yeah, no, it's exciting. There aren't that many high-level piano competitions like this, and this is certainly one of the elite piano competitions in the world. And for San Antonio to be, the landing spot for a great opportunity like this, I feel blessed to be able to be a part of it and really bring light to what's happening here. Artists from all over the world coming in to perform and to compete, and with it brings a whole bunch of other events that I think are fantastic for the city as well. So,
David, thank you very much.
Yeah, no,
thank you for your time.
I'm glad it worked out. This was a blessing.
It's been a real pleasure to visit with you, and thank you for everything you've done for San Antonio and continue to do for our community.
Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on The Point.